Thank you very much for coming. Not taking much of your time, I would request Giri to please welcome our guest.
So thank you very much for that, Mandar. Very glad to be here. I must actually thank Satish for asking me to conduct this session for Madhukar. The way it happens is Madhukar and I go really long back, and we got introduced in IIT when we had some overlap. But after that, at almost each phase of his career, there has been some interaction with the other. For example, when they were doing a CAD product, I was in the CAD space myself, and so we had interacted. Then when he started in reality, he was my customer. And now he has Sapiens and I was his customer. So in all kinds of ways we have been associated. So it has been a great opportunity for me to conduct this session. So thank you very much, Satish, and thank you, Tai. And welcome, Madhukar.
Thanks a lot for inviting. I like telling stories and sharing my experiences. So I'm happy doing that, though I just don't really think I have anything very special to talk about because every one of us have more or less the same story.
We'll let the audience decide that, right? Okay, so like I said, I know his story from the IIT onwards, but what he did before IIT, I'm not really, can you talk a little bit of your earlier background, your schooling, education and so on?
I come from UP, so I hope no one has objection to that. Okay, so my father was a police officer and we were traveling all over the state, depending on where he'd be posted. So, once when I was in 10th standard or so, he got posted in IT BHU. And we used to be posted in small villages and where it is like SRP, it is not like your police. So it's SRP which will be right duty and all those things. So we used to be in small villages. Like till 11th standard, I was in a school where there were no chairs. You need to sit on ground and go there and say Pranam Guruji and then start your day. So father just went to IT BHU, came back and said, oh, I saw a college where there are only 5 of them in India, so you need to do something, try to get into that. So we were lucky enough that I got into IIT. And language was the biggest challenge, but somehow managed that. And since then we have been each other.
Got into IIT with a rank of 106, computer science in IIT Bombay, so not a small achievement. He was talking about his Hindi background, language for the education. He mentioned words like Gharshan Bal. I don't know if anybody here has heard this word Gharshan Bal. I've heard it from the first time from
No, because we did all our education in purely Hindi medium.
Yeah.
But incidentally, that was an advantage when I came to IIT because when they tried to, people tried to rag me, and I genuinely didn't know English. So I could only say, sir, my name is Madhukar Bhatia and I don't know English. And they found me boring, so I escaped ragging because of that.
So I'm really wondering, in your, not just in IIT, but your entire career after that, was this background, this Hindi language, was it a hindrance at any point? Did you feel that?
Not to a great extent, but yes, initially when I went to IIT, it did create some sort of inferiority feeling that, okay, everyone here seems to be better knowledgeable, okay, or whatever than me. So that was a bit of a problem, but that was just a challenge. So I joined all those language labs, etc. to learn. And during my MTech, when I was presenting my MTech thesis, at the end of the presentation, in fact, the examiner told me that the content was very good, but you need to improve on your language. So that was one thing. That also again made me think that I need to learn how to speak in public. And I got opportunity in my very next company where it was a startup and you need to talk to clients and all sort of things. So I think it didn't really hurt in long run. In long run.
But some decisions that you made, for example, you're a computer science guy from IIT Bombay, and you choose to stay in India, not go to the US. Do you think your background had something to do with it?
Probably. Difficult to say. I mean, there are two type of things which really impacted my decision. And you might be aware, basically mine was the first computer science batch, and before me there was a batch which shifted to computer science as part of, after second year. And those two batch, my batch together, there were probably 80 students, and I was the only one who stayed back in India, because those days going to US was a done thing, and especially if you're a comp science graduate, you were just going there. So I think the bigger problem was I was never very clear about what I wanted to do in my life. So I, just like everyone else, I gave GRE, I gave TOEFL. I think I did fairly well. I had good rank and CGPI in IIT. But when I was filling up a statement of purpose that you need to fill, and where you can in fact say anything you want to. And when I was filling that up, I realized that I was not clear why I wanted to do it. Then I said, forget that. I don't want to spend money in applying and just going there, and I don't even know why I want to do it. I decided that I'll stay back instead, and since I was not getting a job, that time com science meant no job because there was hardly any job.
Hard to believe, but
So I decided to MTech.
that's, you make it sound very, simple and straightforward. Basically you're saying, I followed my heart. I didn't feel like writing the statement of purpose. I decided to stay back. That's a very hard thing to do, really speaking. There's a lot of peer pressure, your family wants to do something. So basically, is that been your mantra in your life? Like, follow your heart?
Actually, I was just now talking to someone outside, and I was telling him I've been a very... So, he talked about, I think in my introduction, I mentioned that I want to teach. Okay, and he was telling me about some very nice initiative that people have, teaching in slums and so on. I said, look, I have been very, very selfish person all my life. I have done exactly what I wanted to do. And I am teaching not because I have any higher motive. I want to teach because I like that. So that time also it was just that I didn't want, I was not very clear. And I said, why spend money which my parents have earned with a lot of difficulty in doing something which I'm not clear about doing. And in fact, after MTech also I was not very clear what I wanted to do. So, in fact, I just heard that someone told me go and listen to Dr. Shankar, who was HOD IIT Kanpur that time, and he set up along with Dr. Saraswati Pune University MCA department, Com Science department, and then he was giving a presentation in ET, just across the lake in IIT. I went to attend that and I really liked that, and then I suddenly realized, oh, this is something that I like. I told Dr. Shankar that okay, either I join you or I am joining PhD in environmental sciences because com science there are no jobs. So then he told me to come and talk to him, and I ended up staying back to my department, computer science, and I enjoyed it.
So, I truly believe that for the entrepreneurs in this audience, this follow the heart is really a big message, although you may make it sound very ordinary and simple. That's what has taken you through your entire career, it looks like.
Probably, at least it has worked very well for me. And I never felt that you're doing anything different. And that's the reason. This is the third startup that I'm in, just because I like it. Otherwise, I mean, you see your classmates, etc. for quite some time, family members and everyone will also say, oh, everyone is in US and by now they have this much money, or you have this car and so on. And, but it didn't really affect me because I was very clear.
Even the fact of joining a startup was not something that you were saying that you wanted to be an entrepreneur, you wanted
No, I just liked the thing that Dr. Shankar was doing. I said, okay, I want to join you.
Okay.
And I joined him, and within 6 months or so, he made me and 3 others his partners because we were the key people.
You were the employee number 1 or?
Employee number 2. Employee number 1 was his IIT Kanpur student who came from IIT to Pune with him, and I was employee number 2.
Okay. At that time, I was actually working in the CAD space myself, and that's why we interacted.
Yeah.
And this was, I'm talking about early 90s, right?
Yes,
and this was
87 we started.
Yeah, AutoCAD, if all of you guys here know, was the standard and so on. At that time, I think it was AutoCAD 10 maybe.
Yes.
Going on.
Yes.
I remember going to AGS, which is Advanced Graphics.
Graphics.
That was Satish Shankar's company. And seeing the software, which was at least couple of versions ahead of AutoCAD software at that time, in the early 90s. I was really, really impressed. They had surfaces, they had solid, they had everything.
Yes.
How did you manage all these technology breakthroughs in your company, such a small set of people? What happened there? That was something magical.
I don't know. I think Dr. Shankar was one of the key drivers there because he gave us a lot of free hand and we had good team.